Oh, wow.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
I asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words. I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. But that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment.
Jim Carrey once remarked that Hollywood is not just a business, but a game. And if anyone knows how to play that game on their own terms, it's Denzel Washington. But what happens when someone chooses not to follow the rules? What happens when they put authenticity before applause and prioritize values over validation?
Nomination for his next project, Cry Freedom. It was a testament to his integrity and the courage to stand up against the weird and distasteful roles pushed upon actors by the Hollywood elite.
Yeah.
Denzel's revelation offers a glimpse into the often hidden world of Hollywood, where questionable decisions are made, and actors are sometimes forced to compromise their principles for fame and fortune. It raises serious questions about the responsibility of those in power within the industry and whether they are truly considering the impact of the roles they offer to actors. In any case, Denzel Washington's recent revelations and the chilling film Sound of Freedom are just scratching the surface of the rot that permeates the industry. But trust me, there's so much more lurking behind those velvet curtains, and if the truth ever sees the light of day, it'll send shockwaves through the entire world, leaving everyone stunned to their core. Meanwhile, one devoted fan couldn't help but share their thoughts, suggesting that the film's rejection by certain platforms is a clear indicator that it must be hitting uncomfortably close to the truth. The fact that the film was rejected by these platforms reveals that the film and Mel Gibson is absolutely right. By now, we all know who hates the truth. Another fan chimed in, fueling the fire even more and insinuating that some of the least likely individuals might be involved in massive criminal activities. We all know that those that look the least likely to be a criminal of massive portions are the worst. The more money they have, the easier it is to cover what they do. Just look at every psycho in history. They were all kind, upstanding model citizens. Anyway, as more brave souls come forward to expose the shady dealings of these Hollywood elites, we can only hope that karma will catch up to them and they'll finally face the consequences of their misdeeds. The clock is ticking and the walls that have protected these power players are starting to crumble. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.
That's a good video right there. I like how, first off, Denzel Washington was talking his talk. Because he was talking about the news and how almost everything in the news is misinformation. Almost. A lot of it is misinformation. And then he started getting into how celebrities go on stage, they give people a lecture on how to live, and then they go back to their mansions. And 9 times out of 10, whatever the celebrities, like these rappers or whoever it is, actors are on stage talking their talk, a lot of the times, they're giving them like bad information to go by. Like, I just seen a video of like Keke Palmer on stage talking about how she don't need a man, be a boss babe or whatever, blah blah blah. Now it's not wrong as a woman to go for your goals, but let's not degrade either side. I feel like a man should be a man.
Stories like this show the difference between the mainstream place in the heartland, as well as a man who is not shying away from hard work in hopes of success. Its original screenplay producer, James Cameron, was based on the 1909 documentary Motown made from his time. Being a legendary bimbo player, Aaron Hollywood seems to have an issue with Denzel Washington.
Jim Carrey played your brother, the oldest brother, Keenan. I think the greatest compliment that anybody can pay.
Yeah.
He said, I wouldn't be successful without your brother.
Yeah. I wouldn't be successful without my brother either. I think a lot of us wouldn't be successful without my brother. I think my brother, well, it's different for me. I was nurtured. So I still think because I had their guidance
right,
and their nurturing, I was going to make it regardless.
Right.
Believe me.
You had been around them enough, he and Damon, and been in that family enough.
Yeah.
You was going to go out there, you was going to carve your own way.
Yeah. But
Jim needed this opportunity in Living Color. When you're watching
and
Jim,
you credit not just Keenan, you got to credit Damon.
Damon, okay.
Because Damon did Earth Girls Are Easy with Jim Carrey, and they were friends.
Okay.
And Damon was like, yo, Keenan. Damon was Keenan's right-hand man. Okay. That's his lieutenant on Living Color.
Okay.
That was his right-hand man.
Okay.
Damon and then Kim. Kim was a soldier in that room, always writing her sketches. Everything Kim did, for the most part, she wrote and created. So you got Keenan was like, he's like, you got to trust me. This white boy is funny. He's like silly putty. He twists his. Let me see him. And then Jim went, and he had Hollywood didn't want him no more because he did this thing called Duck Soup that bombed. Or Duck something, Duck Factory, and it bombed. And so they were cold on him, so the network didn't want him. And then Keenan saw Jim in the audition that Damon brought him to, and Damon was bigging him up. Keenan was like, he's hilarious. And then from there, he put him on, and he let Jim buck wild. And Living Color was a playground.
Yeah.
Keenan always said, don't just do what's on the script. He made us all writers. Have something in your back pocket, because when we do second take and third take, don't do the same thing. The audience can only hear the joke one time, and it's going to get diminishing returns, so they want to hear something different. And so that's what we did. Keenan was a star maker, is what I'm saying.
Did you know Jim could be what he became?
Yeah. I knew. I knew Jim could be what he became. I knew Jamie could be what he became. I knew Damon. I knew everybody on that set could become anything they wanted to be. Rosie Perez was the choreographer.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
For In Living Color. And Living Color was filled with great people, hand-picked people with good vibes and good energy and love. My family, we come to set, we hug each other. You see the love my family has. We have love. That's why I oftentimes, when it comes to people and they talking their nonsense, they talking their shit, listen, I try not to engage, right? Because I know I'm not about the goons and this and that. I got love. I got people that die for me, lots of them. And I don't want to engage in that.
Many celebrities aren't your typical Hollywood stars. They're not chasing trends, seeking Instagram fame, or trying to fit into the industry's cookie-cutter mold. And that very individuality often makes them a target. Hollywood tends to favor stars who comply, those who smile, nod, and follow the rules. But some celebrities, like Denzel, choose to carve their own path. And in doing so, they often ruffle more than a few feathers.
Because I'm loved. So I'm loved enough to step back from it, because I know if I'm in a fight, there's going to be a lot of hands in there. You got the nephews, you got the cousins. There's a lot of Wayanses. And I just go, you know what? I'm loved. So when you get to a Wayans set, you feel love.
Yeah.
You see, we love each other.
Tommy said that. Tommy said every time you guys come on set, you hug each other, you kiss each other.
Yes.
He was like, damn, I wish I could have had that in my
family.
family.
And he did. He did in my family.
Yeah, from your, yeah.
In my family, Tommy comes on to this day. Tommy had a birthday party. I pulled up. I love him. I love all my tribe. I love them for life. All of them will tell you, I show up. I show up. And when you come in our world, we love you. David Angre will tell you, we love. Period. Nobody ain't gotten. Only people that don't know us got something to say. But anybody that experienced us, like, they love.
Let's get back to Living Color. I didn't realize till we were researching this, In Living Color was only on 4 years.
Yeah.
That might have been the greatest 4-year run
Ever.
in the history.
Ever. That show should still be on. That was a staple. That should have been
like
an
Saturday Night
institution.
Live?
Yes. It's an institution. You know what's funny is in Living Color, I think Damon and Keenan were inspired by Saturday Night Live, and I think Keenan was like, they never have me on, and Damon had just gotten fired from there. And he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna take all this funny shit that I have, we're gonna do it on this show. And he took all these funny, crazy sketches that they wouldn't let him do on SNL, and they did it on Living Color. And to this day, you know, I've never done SNL.
Really?
I've done Daily Show, never. I guess I'm not hot enough. But, you know, I love the fact that I'm always gonna be in Living Color alumni, right? And one day, sometimes I look at God and I go, if that opportunities don't come for you, it's not for you.
Right.
And maybe it's God telling me, create my own show.
Right.
Do my own sketches. And I could, and I will. And I just feel like everything is God. When it don't happen, don't be mad. God's writing your story, so trust him.
We had Tommy Davidson on.
Dawg, that nigga. Now we get into the good stuff. I need another drink. No,
He said.
Hold on, why you not drinking your own sauce? And you got me up in here drinking the evil juice, and you was sitting there watching me.
Okay, well, I didn't think you wanted but a little, let's toast.
I'm gonna sip this one. To success, man. To success. Go talk.
Shannon, let's have this thing up just so you can get some promotion too. Go back.
Yeah, right back. Perfect.
Yeah. Tommy said.
Should we light up a cigar? Hey,
I don't think we can smoke in here.
It's okay. Damn. All good.
Tommy said, and I didn't realize.
By the way, love Tommy Davidson. Big bro. Like, he, to me, underrated. That boy should have been one of the big.
Let's begin with Quentin Tarantino, a filmmaker renowned for pushing boundaries, often controversially, especially in his portrayal of race. On the other hand, Denzel Washington has consistently been vocal about the importance of representation. Rumors of tension between the two have existed for years, stemming from disagreements over how Black characters are portrayed in Tarantino's films.
They fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you have already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day.
Hi, baby.
We're just saying we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works.
What are you looking for? The charger?
No.
Oh, you want my credit card? No. Perks of being married.
I was gonna book a ticket today.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I love you. Oh, okay. You might as well buy a new guitar now, too. Consistency is the hard part, 100%.
Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Remember that. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere.
Right.
So continue to strive, continue to have goals.
Dude, I got super crazy chills, man.
Quite a contrast from this.
Being a Black man in America.
Denzel has always been passionate about how Black stories are portrayed. He isn't afraid to challenge stereotypes, and he speaks his mind without hesitation. That kind of boldness doesn't sit well with everyone, especially in an industry where staying silent is often considered the safer option.
I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that got controversial was the Bruce Lee scenes. Yeah, a lot of people felt like you made Bruce Lee into an asshole.
Yeah, well, okay, that's okay. I'm a little hesitant to talk about this because I don't want this to be the only thing, all right, that people pull from this show. But I figured you were going to bring it up especially because I've heard you guys go back and forth on it in a little bit. I mean, where I'm coming from is I can understand his daughter having a problem with it. It's her fucking father, all right? I get that. But anybody else, go suck a dick. And the thing about it, though, is, even if you just look at it, it's obvious Cliff tricked him. That's how he was able to do it. He tricked him. Mm-hmm. It's like it's explained more in the book, but the thing. But most of the time, if a guy has a particular move and it looks like the guy's a lunkhead, just a big mouth, who can't really defend himself, they do the second move again. I mean, they do the first move again, second time. Well, now Cliff knows what it is. So he prepares for it, he pivots, he catches him, he throws his ass into the car.
Right.
And now the third time will be the charm and he gets broken up. But he just tricked him. And Bruce realized he got tricked. If Cliff hadn't been so vicious, he could have even appreciated it.
Do you know about the history of Bruce Lee and
Jean LaBelle? Yeah, of course.
Did you research that before?
Yeah, well, I've always known it and everything. Right. And the stuntmen hated Bruce.
Really?
On Green Hornet. No, it's in Matthew Polly's book. And before that, it's always been known. That's why Jean LaBelle was brought on, to teach Bruce respect for American stuntmen. Bruce had nothing but disrespect for stuntmen. Really? And he was always hitting them. He was always hitting them with his feet. He was always tagging. It's called tagging. When you hit a stuntman for real. And he was always tagging him with his feet, and he was always tagging him with his fist. And they got to be the point where no, I refuse to work with him.
Really?
And he had no.
Then as Chris Rock, the two have crossed paths in ways that have sparked public debate. Chris, known for his edgy humor, often touches on topics that Denzel approaches with a sense of gravity. For Denzel, respect is paramount. Respect for culture, history, and individuals. When those values clash with the comedic irreverence of someone like Chris Rock, sparks are bound to fly. It's not about who's right or wrong, but rather the collision of two very different philosophies.
Okay. So he was hitting him to make it look real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't like that.
No.
That's unprofessional.
Well, that is unprofessional, but that's been done before in a bunch of movies by people that people say are assholes.
Yeah, and
that occasionally die making movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is just nuts.
And look, and the thing about it is also, Cliff is a hand-to-hand combat killer. He fought in World War II. He fought with the Filipino resistance fighters, in the Philippines against the Japanese. If Cliff fought Bruce Lee at one of Aaron Banks's Madison Square Garden tournament, way. If he's actually facing a guy who could actually kill him, it's a different story. It's in the book. Bruce Lee realizes when Cliff takes a hand-to-hand, a military hand-to-hand combat stance, he realized, oh shit, this guy's a killer. This guy's not fighting me. He's fighting his instinct to kill me.
And let's not forget Tyler Perry and Steve Harvey. Both have achieved remarkable success in Hollywood, but their journeys are quite different from Denzel's. Tyler Perry, for example, has built an empire through his unique style of storytelling, which often resonates with mainstream audiences.
The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is.
And at the top of Denzel Washington's list of things to do to become successful?
God, dude.
God first.
In helping others. Finally, I pray that you put your slippers way under the bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life. That's why I am, one of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. I'll say it again. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one.
Denzel, on the other hand, has been more selective, often critical of what he sees as pandering to stereotypes. In contrast, Steve Harvey embodies the Hollywood success story, fully embracing fame, endorsements, and a larger-than-life persona. Denzel, however, is a quieter force. He doesn't chase fame. He chases excellence. He doesn't aim to be the loudest voice in the room. He strives to be the most impactful.